G'day guys and gals, H here, and welcome back. For the last couple of years I've been teaching and helping people with basic taming and breeding techniques. And I've always been asked the question, how do I get such good dinos? How do I breed dinos that are so OP all the time? Well, I share the basics with everybody, but today I'm going to share some of the advanced tips and tricks and tactics that I've learned over the years and developed. I watched a video the other day when someone was taming a Rex and another high Rex was there at the same time, and it was a matter of, well, I don't want to pull this into the trap at the same time because that one might damage the other one and ruin the taming. That's not the case, and I figured, well, okay, I better post this video sooner rather than later. So the first fundamental thing is, bottom line, when you have dinos that are the same type, they won't hurt each other. So what's going on is, if you've got two Rexes in the same pen, one's unconscious and the other one walks on it or bites, it won't hurt it. It does not take away from the taming effectiveness. So you can pile them up. Now this saves you enormous amounts of time, and more importantly, as you'll see later on, that god dino, that stat that you're after, doesn't slip away, doesn't despawn, doesn't get dead, because you're not stuffing around doing one at a time, taming for a couple of hours and then going and taming one more. And as you can see here, I'm literally pulling a second Rex in after I've knocked the first one out. So it's going to walk on this Rex now, and I'm not concerned at all. The only thing I'm worried about is shooting the dino I've already got down. So you knock it out, and then you go and get the next one you saw. When I walked out the gate here today, it was a matter of, well, wow, Rex, okay, stop doing what I'm doing and get to work. There's multiple high level Rexes out here, I've got to go and get them. Another little trick, use the center. It's not a paid DLC. Everybody can go there. If you've got the chance to go there, use it. On official, you're talking 130s, 135s, 140s, 145s, 150s, everywhere. On the Vanaheim cluster, where I'm playing at the moment, 280s, 290s, 300s, and just walking out the door, they're right there. And there's dozens of them. So here's the next thing. Basically, when you go and do an actual dino hunt, not some spur of the moment thing, but you're going hunting for a specific dino, what you got to do is you got to clear out all the nasties. Here we got a really high alpha T-Rex. It's going to kill everything. It's going to wreck what I'm trying to tame. It's going to mess things up. Anything like allos, Rexes, especially alphas, are just a massive pain. So you've got to get rid of them. You've got to clear the area of those really nasties first. Spend the time. I normally have a backup dino, so if my dino gets a bit hurt, I can go and get another one. Now this thing was squirreling. They're annoying as hell. So it loses concentration on following you and you can't get it away. So grab what it's trying to eat and it will focus on that. It'll ignore everything else and come after you again. In this case it was an Anky. It really wants that Anky. So all I got to do is grab hold of the Anky and lead it off the cliff. And see you later. No more Alpha Rex that I've got to worry about. Put your trap in a place that's secure and safe so dinos can't interfere with you once you've got stuff knocked out. If you can't find a place that's secure and safe, build it so it is secure and safe. Either walls around it, or if you have to, spikes and so on. I really dislike spikes though. Things like hyenodons and such, just jump straight through them. So walls are better, gates are better. Put it up on a platform or a cliff if you're going after something like RGs. Get it out of the way so nothing can interfere with you once you've got it where you want it and got it knocked out. Also build it near the spawns. So where I built here, I know that there's not so many carnivores that are going to interfere with me, and I've got certain spots that I can build and get the trap in a safe location. But I've got lots and lots of spawns that constantly respawn. They're dynamic. You kill what's there and new ones respawn as soon as you go out of render and come back in render again, and you can get massive amounts of new dinos respawn very quickly. Now, one of the things I do is I don't mess around with one at a time. I've had a lot of practice. It takes practice. So don't get upset if you can't do 2, 3 at once. Do one at a time, that's fine. Build a bigger trap so you can hold more dinos. So instead of just 2 or 3 dino gates, make it larger. So in this case, I've got 2 280s and a 290, I think. I wanted all of them. The key to getting the super dinos is the stats. And we're not talking about a dino having all the stats, we're talking individual dinos having one good stat. And that's how you breed them together. You crossbreed all those stats to get your super dino, and then you start your mutations. I'll explain all that in the next video, but essentially it's a numbers game. If you tame, like everybody does, 1 or 2 dinos, what you've got is what you've got. And if you just go up to that max level 150 or 300 in this case, you're going to be very limited in what you get, because it's just a pure numbers game. When you're talking a stat and you knock a dino out and you have a look at it and it's got 30 points in this stat, and it tames out and it gets another 20 points, and that's pretty good, 50 points in a dino. But what you're looking for is that 60 and 70 and up. So you want to get really concentrated stat allocation in one stat. So while I was flying around looking for the RGs, I noticed not only those 280s, but another pair of 280 and 290 that killed that really high tech Rex. So I was, oh, hang on. Has it got really high health? Has it got really high melee? How have they killed that tech Rex and killed it easily? Alright, I want to have a look at these dinos. So I've left the other ones in the trap. I've gone and gotten the next one. The last one was sitting by a couple of scorpions. They're not going to kill it. Alright, quickly go and get the next one. Knock it out. My RG was a bit hurt from the alphas and everything else, so I just swapped over to me backup and quickly went and got the next ones. Now what I'm looking for is individual stats when they tame out. Looking at them before they tame, you get an indication of how many stats they're going to get, but it is not the case of their final stat. You have to tame everything. If it's total garbage, you can kill it, but across the board you'll find, you know, you'll have a dino that has 4,000 health pre-tame and it comes out at 5k. The next one has 3,500 health pre-tame and comes out at 6k. It's because the stats are randomly allocated when it tames to half its actual level. So a 150 would get 74 levels on top. You could get 74 levels in purely one stat. It's highly unlikely, but that's the fundamental of it. So what you want to do is tame everything, whether or not you got your kibble or prime or mutton or whatever you're using to get the best taming for whatever server you're on. All that's basic stuff. You need to have that prepped beforehand. Have your traps prepped. Have that sort of stuff. But what it comes down to is you're hunting that one stat, and it's purely a numbers game. If I was to tame all these individually, it would take me 5-6 hours. In 5-6 hours, I can tame 40 or 50 easily. So it's not a matter of, you know, get one, pray and hope. It's a matter of line them up. Now this fella was hitting me for really high damage, and it's like, oh wow, okay, so that's 10, 15 points above anything else that I've pulled in so far. So its melee's really good. I want to have a look at this. I'm a bit worried about shooting the ones that are already unconscious, so I decided to separate it. Not that it's going to hurt the other dinos, but I want to separate it so I don't shoot them. I've already got decent health, I've got really good stam, I've got good weight. I'm after the melee. Or if I can come across another one that's got a stat better than something I already got in the breeding line, great. But this one, I'm really interested in it. So you're getting those stats and everything lined up. You get them one at a time. It takes forever. You get 5 at a time. You get 10 at a time. It takes no time at all. If you put in a little bit of effort to start off with, you'll outpace everybody. Everybody's going to be on their second Rex when you're taming your 20th. And that's how you get the OP stats. So when you're looking at, you know, he's got that Rex and they're both level 150s, and he's just got the best there is. Level don't mean jack. This is a 290, and oh my god, the melee on it, it's 50 points better than I've seen on anything pre-tame. Okay, oh wow, alright, so I really want to have a look at this thing after tame. Now it's no guarantee. It can come out absolute garbage. Or, on the occasion it gets a god roll, it can come out fantastic. And that is about 120 odd points in melee. That is absolute amazeballs. Thanks very much for watching. See you at the next video.